hi in the chat, and W's mean it's good. W means win.
Reacting to Donald Trump and Adin Ross, baby.
Stuff. W Trump. All right. So, yeah, everyone is just super thrilled.
You're gonna have big ratings today. I can see it.
Yeah, I want to break 1 million. I think we could do it.
Oh, good. Oh, you'll do much more.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm thrilled. Elon actually already he commented on the X post that I went live already.
Well, Elon is a great guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's really a fantastic person. Little imagination he's got, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Rockets and tunnels and everything. He's a fantastic guy.
He's great. So let's get started today. Let's have some fun.
Let's go.
We'll touch base on some topics, and then we'll do some fun stuff.
Sounds good.
Cool? Let's have a good time. All right, well, the first thing is, the reason why, I really wanted to make this stream happen is because there's a lot of people that are first-time voters watching today. And I want to make it very clear to everybody that you're a human being, you're a great human being. I want you to basically talk in this camera, talk to them and explain why it's very important as a first-time voter to go out and vote and why they should vote for you.
I'd love to do that, and I love having a young audience. This is young. I think you have some oldsters too, because I also know some oldsters that are listening and watching. But
look, I gotta go.
It's about the American dream. Right now, you don't have the American dream. We have a country that's not respected, a country that's being laughed at, a country that just a little while ago we're having a stock market explosion in a negative way as opposed to a positive way. And that's been happening for quite a while. It's been simmering and really happening for quite a while. And we're going to make this country so strong and so great. And when you're ready for your job, you're going to get a great job, so you can make the kind of money this guy's making, maybe even more if that's possible. Right?
I'm trying to get like you, boss.
But you'll love your life and you'll be successful. And at a young age, it's really wonderful to think about the American dream. And with Kamala and Joe, I took him out. He was. We had a debate, and the debate didn't go so well for him. And they sort of what they did. It was really a coup of somebody. He had 14 million votes. He had it, and all of a sudden they went to him and they said, "We don't want you running anymore." And it's sort of like a prize fight from my standpoint. Here, you're focused on this one man, and all of a sudden you're fighting somebody else. But she's actually worse than he is. And you're starting to see that. I think people are going to see that it's going to be very evident. So go out. We want the American dream. We're going to give you the American dream, and you're going to be real happy. Yes. Thank you.
I have another question. And again, Mr. President, I'm not really fully into politics, but, I'm getting...
Hey, Cam, who do you support Donald Trump, Cam?
I really don't have a definitive answer, but I'm voting for Kamala. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, hell no, bro. You're trying to destroy our country.
Hold up. So, wait, why are you voting for Kamala?
I've been used to being a Democrat all my life. That's basically why.
How could we get you...
Donald Trump.
You can't even vote, brother. How could we get you to... So, what do you like about Kamala?
Do the research later tomorrow, so I have like a weekend to do some research and everything, and then I'll just text it to you.
So you don't even know why you support Kamala? You should support her.
Well, here's the thing.
Democrat.
Well, here's one of the things. I don't want to be in a position where I don't want to have a fear of like going out and actually get shot. If that makes sense.
Well, if you vote Democrat, that's exactly what's going to happen. Notice all the Democrat cities are the most violent, degenerate cities on Earth. Like, they're literally worse than South American cities. Look at Detroit. It's a Democrat stronghold, and it's worse than all cities in Colombia. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Samari. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm trying to see that hat for real.
Let's go.
Okay. Maybe you should get the camera on, Samari.
We'll do it after. All
right, fair. So but I do have plans to move out of the country because I might need some time to really reassess a lot of things personally.
So how are you feeling on immigration?
Well, one thing for sure, I am a U.S. citizen, but I can also renounce my citizenship if I want to. I'll actually text it to you because I can't really just say it publicly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep watching this interview.
I do want to make this very clear as well. Now it's on my mind. Back when I was I went to high school in California. Okay, and a lot of the teachers where basically at the time, this is your first term. They were telling me how horrible of a person you are and all these things. And the teachers, you're not supposed to do that. It's inappropriate to have teachers, discuss politics in school. But it's becoming really normal for a lot of teachers. And you're a kid. When you're a kid, your brain is like a sponge.
That's true.
So I want to know what your thoughts on that. Kind of the corruption in the school system in a way. They're teaching some pretty bad stuff in there.
It's been brainwashed to a certain extent. Even the teachers have been brainwashed. They've learned from a long time. This is long before me. This liberal way, or now they call it progressive. They don't like the term liberal. You're not allowed to use that anymore, so I usually use it. But this liberal way that they have, and it's a bad thing for the country. We want to have borders. We want to have low taxes. We want to have great schools, really, great schools, so you can go and learn and be successful and have a wonderful life and all of that. But we want to have a good military so we can protect ourselves,
of course,
from some bad players. You got some bad players out there. And, it's interesting. During my 4 years, we had no war. Other than we had nothing. Everybody was afraid.
Cam, I understand. I got your text, bro. I understand, bro.
Hey,
For sure, bro.
We're going to have wars. And just the opposite. North Korea, I remember Barack Obama was telling me, the biggest problem we have is North Korea. I didn't have a problem with North Korea.
No.
Big nuclear presence. I didn't have a problem. The only war we had was already started long ago, and that was ISIS, and I defeated them in a very short amount of time.
I remember.
Very quickly. And we had no wars.
I'll fix the link, but not right now. Not right now, guys.
That's a really great thing. It was, I think, 82 years since that's happened. And we won't have wars again, but we could have a war before we even get there. That's the problem. We have a number of months. We have 4 months, and the election's starting very soon, and I guess 5 months before you actually get in. And a lot of damage can be done in 5 months by incompetent people. We have very incompetent people right now. And I'm not saying that out of happiness. I'm saying that out of sadness, because our country's in tremendous danger, not only of stock market crashes or depressions or whatever it may be. It's a tremendous military danger. We have Israel's blowing up, the Middle East is blowing up, Russia's going wild with Ukraine. And things are out of control, and we have nobody that knows how to talk. We have nobody that knows. I was watching when Russia was thinking about going in, and they never would have done it with me. They never, and they didn't. But they never, after I got in, they started loading up the border. I thought he was doing it for negotiation purposes. And Biden said all of the wrong things, everything wrong. And ultimately, they attacked, and they wouldn't have done that if I were president. So we got to get back in and get it straightened out.
Definitely.
We'll get that one worked out.
100%.
A lot of people dying.
Yeah, it's a lot of innocent lives being lost. You had mentioned, the stock market crashing. I don't know if you obviously, I saw the post you made on your app, Truth. What I just saw yesterday and the day before, I'm in crypto and I'm in stocks myself.
Right.
And I couldn't believe what's going on. You have Japan, you have everybody just falling. And I want to ask you, how do we basically get it back up and flowing and back up and running? And, and what's causing this?
Well, right now you have no confidence. You have somebody that now is taking over from Biden because he just wants to stay in bed all day. He can't get up. He wants to stay in bed. He was a fraud. He was trying to tell people he was
Trump
competent.
is so funny, bro.
And in the debate, he was adjudged to be not so good.
Yeah.
But you can go back 4
Imagine having
years,
a
too.
button for
He
ice
campaigned
cream.
from his basement. He didn't campaign. I said, where is this guy doing COVID? They used COVID as an excuse not to let him talk.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a fraud, and everybody knew it, and they knew it strongly. And we're going to get it going again. We have to get it going again. They put us in a very bad position. The worst thing is we have probably, I think, Aiden, 20 million people came into our country with open borders.
That's way
and
too much.
Many come from prisons. And
That could
you
destroy
can be
our
a
country,
liberal,
that
and
many.
people can be, but coming from some of the meanest prisons all over the world, not just South America, from all over the world, from
BRB.
the Congo in Africa, they come from all over the world. They're coming, and they're releasing their prisoners into the United States. Now, you can be a liberal guy, you can be progressive as anybody in the world, and you can't think that's a positive thing. No. They're coming out of mental institutions. They're pouring into the United States, and they're hurting and damaging our country, and they're killing our people. And the crime rate with what you're talking about and what we're talking about, we call it migrant crime. It's a new form of crime, and it's a very violent crime. And it's going to take on proportions the likes of which this country has never seen before. And remember...
So as far as like the immigrant crime, Samari, take it away with that. What are your thoughts on the immigrant crime?
I think he's not here right now. He said he'll be right back.
All right, we'll keep playing.
People are just getting accustomed. These are people.
What are your
coming
thoughts,
out-
Cam?
Oh boy, I feel like that when it comes to with the news with the immigrants that come in, I think that like the ones who cause a lot of trouble and mischief, I feel like they should be the ones that should be really put on notice, and they should be evaluated to see if they're actually even suited to be in the States, even if they're an illegal immigrant. Either way, if they commit a very bad, heinous crime, they should be deported.
I feel like, see, this is the thing. I feel like whoever is president at the time, I feel like this is not a Republican or Democratic issue. I feel like this is just an issue because if they want to get into America, they're gonna get into America. This isn't something that's like, oh, there's crime under Democratic or there's crime under Republican.
Yeah, it's just gonna be crime, and no matter where we are.
Yeah, they'll find their way in.
They're gonna find a way.
I don't feel this is something I feel neutral on because I don't feel like building a wall is gonna solve this. If they want to get into this shit, bro, they're gonna come on now. Hey, I got two. Hey, how do you feel about it?
Man, this is a great talk. Now, Trump isn't the same Trump that he was in 2016.
Wait, Samari. We're talking about immigration, violence. What is your stance on that?
Okay, so ooh, brutal. I could just go so hard right now, but I'm gonna be soft. I'm just gonna give you a little taste, okay?
Okay.
Immigration is a great thing. It's great to have great, one thing about living in the imperial core, which is the United States, is we essentially do something known as brain drain. Do you know what brain drain is?
No, explain to the viewers what that means.
So, for example, the average Nigerian immigrant in the United States earns more than the average Caucasian Scottish American that's lived here for generations. Do you know why?
Wow.
Because
why is that?
We take the smartest, highest IQ people of Nigeria, and that's just one country. This applies to every country. We take the highest IQ, the most educated of every country, and we give them citizenship. What that means is we get the average Indians on average earn more than the average white people in our country. Asians on average earn more. Nigerians, people from West Africa, end up earning more than our white people in our country. So when people think that immigrants are coming to our country and they're just like causing crime, no, it's not immigrants that necessarily cause crime, because we have a vetting system in our country where we only vet for the best. At least if you're in a red state. If you're in a blue state, they just take anyone. But we have the highest amount of immigration of any Western country on earth. And so, therefore, everyone floods through Mexico. Everyone floods through boats on Florida. People flood through Haiti. People flood through Mexico. People flood from all sorts of countries, okay? And listen, if I was them, I would flood to the United States, too. Because what the heck? Am I going to stay in Haiti? Hell no, bro. I'm going to go to the U.S. However...
Especially all those natural disasters.
Oh, my God. And how hard...
We'll keep it running, though. We still got an hour left.
Understand that's horrible for our
prisons
country.
And jails.
It's horrible for our nation. And you should not want illegal immigration. You should be very anti-illegal immigration if you care about our future. Okay, go on.
And many terrorists. We're having record numbers of terrorists coming in. So I'm talking, I assume, mostly to a young audience, but a young audience, no matter where they're coming from, they can't be happy about this.
No, they can't. Jobs are being taken. A lot of crime. So what, President Trump? What do we do to fix that issue? What if I happen to be born in another country and I want to come the right way? How would that work?
Well, that's what we want. We want people to come in, but they have to come in through a system, through a legal system. And one of the things that's unfair is we have hundreds of thousands of people that have applied to come in, and this administration doesn't talk to them.
Right.
But if they walk through the southern border, they have no problem getting in. I don't even know why they're doing this, but some people are waiting 10 years to come in, and they've studied, They learned all about the United States, about our Constitution, about everything, and
Right.
they're not being let in, and we're allowing people to come in from really rough places, really bad places, and they come in through caravans, and these caravans have 10, 20, 30,000 people, and they're
Wow.
pouring through Mexico.
That's crazy.
And Mexico was great when I was there. They were helping us. I had stay in Mexico. You can imagine what that is. That means you have to stay in Mexico. You can't come into this country until we approve you. They gave it up. Now they just walk right in.
Wow.
They had catch and release. We had catch and release. That's you catch a criminal and you release them into our country. I said, no. We catch a criminal and we release them into Mexico. I think you feel better about that.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
It's one of those things. There's so many things. They are so bad. It's like amateur night. It's either amateur night or they want to destroy our country.
Right. Do you what do you think about what's going on in Venezuela?
Coming right back,
the whole
making
situation
sure my food is
out there.
cooking.
Well, I know it very well. And Venezuela is right now being run by a dictator. We were enemies with Venezuela. Venezuela was going to collapse, and people could have gone back to Venezuela. They're in our country now. They've released tremendous numbers of criminals into our country. If you look at Caracas, it was.
By the way, guys, I must say a lot of you guys are probably wondering why the audio is cutting in and out. Like, what is that? So what that is called is processing on the microphone is called a gate. So basically the gate cuts out background noise, but the thing is whoever set up this damn camera didn't set up the gate correctly. So it's doing a false positive and it's cutting in and out on the mic, and I assure you it's going to do this the whole time. So that is just for anybody who was wondering why it was doing that. That's aside from the point. Let's play it.
It's like a
known
doubler.
for being a very
No, it's a
dangerous city.
it's not a doubler. It's a doubler is a doubler is a sterilizer. This is a gate.
And now it's very safe. In fact, the next interview we'll do it in Caracas, Venezuela, because it's
I'm
safer
down.
than many of our cities after they've released their criminals into all of our cities.
Yeah.
And I'm kidding.
I know.
The reason I have to say that, because the fake news media knows that too, but they'll say, he suggested they go to Venezuela. They are so bad, it's hard to believe. But anyway, so Venezuela, their crime is down 72% because they've taken their criminal elements, which are large. It was a very dangerous place, especially Caracas and the different cities. And they've moved them
BRB.
into the United States
All right.
of America. I know you're very happy. I know that your mother and father must be thrilled when they hear that.
Yeah.
Who happen to be here, I believe.
They are. They're right over there. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Are you thrilled with what they're doing? I don't think so. I don't think they're thrilled. I don't think so. So their crime rate is down 72%.
Right.
Because they're drug dealers, they're criminals, they're murderers, they're rapists. Everything's being moved into the United States. And soon they will have moved all of their criminals into the U.S. They won't have crime.
Thank you, Raquel.
So that's why I say we'll go to Venezuela for our next interview. Okay. It's a very serious problem. I mean, honestly, what they're doing to this country, they're destroying our country, Aiden. They're destroying stupid people. He's not a smart man. He wasn't smart 35 years ago. He wasn't smart 20 years ago. And now he's really not smart.
No.
And you saw that from the debate. I mean, he's really gone down the tubes. And she couldn't even pass her law exam. She couldn't pass her bar exam. And I'm not saying that because I know other people didn't pass their bar exam, but she thought she'd never be able to pass it. And this is who we have running our country. It's a shame. She's ultra-left, ultra-radical. I just see where 99 vicious terrorists, when she was, I guess, Attorney General, because she was Attorney General in California, she destroyed California. Her policies have destroyed California. Her policies, when she was the district attorney, have destroyed San Francisco. San Francisco was the best city in our country 20 years ago. And now it's, not even, frankly, it's not even livable. We have to bring our cities back. We're going to have to focus on
That's a good point. Yo, San Fran, bro, if you know, you know.
bringing our cities back.
It's actually really sad. I lived in California for a long time. Even Los Angeles, it's not safe. It's not safe. Everyone I know that lives in multi-million-dollar homes that do what I do, content, they're getting robbed. They're getting robbed. The police don't really, they're not active out there as they are in some other states, and it's really sad. And I agree. I saw a video in San Francisco where people just walk into a Louis Vuitton and an Apple store and just loot, and leave like nothing ever happened. It's crazy.
They loot, and not only that, they have like $1,000 or $1,500 where she started, where she won't even prosecute if it's less than $1,500.
Wow.
So you see these people go in with like calculators, and they're adding the stuff that they're stealing because they won't be prosecuted. So that if they get nabbed, they say, no, it's less than whatever it is, $1,000.
Right.
And she started the concept of that, and it's now spreading. Our country, we need strong leadership. We didn't have stuff like this. You know, when you look at what's happened to this country, and you look at other countries, crime rates all over the world are down. You know why? Because they're all dumping their bad people, their prisoners, and all of the people that are bad. They're not only the people on the streets, the people that are in jails. You know what they save by doing that? But they're dumping their prisoners and their criminal elements. They're dumping them into the United States of America. And our crime is going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the roof.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if we win, and I hope we win, we should win, we seem to be winning, and, you know, you can't even imagine that anybody would want these. This has nothing to do with me. Who would want these people? But can you imagine? They're just getting comfortable now, and they're criminals. So they're sort of laying low a little bit now because they're not comfortable. But soon they'll be comfortable, and they'll find that our police they're great.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed to do their job. They're not allowed to be strong, and they could do their job if they were let. But if they do their job, they have their pension knocked out. They have their car taken away, their family taken away, their house taken away. Everything's taken away, and they lose their job. It's a very rough thing being a policeman today, I'll tell you. But they could do their job. We're going to have to let them do their job. We have a crime-infested nation. We're a drug-addicted nation, and we're a crime-infested nation. Other than that, we're doing quite well.
Yeah. I want to move topics a little bit here. You know, I saw. I'm unfamiliar with exactly what it was called. You were speaking on stage with 3 other women, and you just got ambushed. They were late, and not a hi, hello, how are you? Just straight into it, just straight trying to rip you apart. And I think you handled it pretty well. But I wanted to ask you a question. Like,
Thank you, S7.
Why do you think like they just straight up do that for you? But then they're gonna ask the other side, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
That's right. Well, I did this as a favor. This was the black journalists. The room had maybe 2,000. They'd said 2,000. It looked more like 1,000 to me, but whatever it was packed.
Yeah.
And I did it because I thought it was a good thing to do. And they had a journalist, I didn't know who she was, but she was nasty. She was a terrible person. And I walk in, and instead of saying, hello, thank you very much for doing this, they also said, Kamala's going to do it. But then Kamala said, she wants to do it because she can't talk to people. She can't answer questions. She hasn't done one interview. You know, she's not doing any interviews.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because if she did one interview where a hard question's asked, she's incapable of answering it.
Let's see.
But
hey,
I walk in, and
pause
this woman
pause
starts talking about...
Hey, anyone voting for Kamala? Let's see Kamala answer real hard questions. Let's see her answer questions about the Afghanistan pullout. Let's see her answer questions about inflation. Let's see her.
If you're voting Kamala, press 1.
Let's see her answer questions about the Ukraine war. Let's see her answer questions about October 7th. Let's see her answer questions about internal problems such as, you know what, I'm not even going to start cooking too deeply, because if I cook too deeply, that's a problem. But let's see her answer some real questions. They never answer real questions. Notice how Trump is answering real questions. Notice how Trump is intelligible. Kamala can't even speak a sentence. She speaks in rhyme, guys. She speaks in apostrophe, and she speaks in metaphors. It doesn't even make sense when she talks. Like, literally. She doesn't speak in policy. Trump speaks in policy. He speaks in facts. She speaks in...
Well, I don't think Kamala has gotten the opportunity to talk at all. And she could have talked, but she's like saving it for something. She denied the presidential debate. Let's keep this in mind. She denied the presidential debate. I don't know why. That could have influenced votes for her, but she seems incapable of answering the hard question. This is facts. So this isn't something that we're conspiring against. She has not came out and
anybody
said
voting
anything.
for Kamala, I promise you, I know the argument to vote for Democrat this year better than you do. And I'm still voting for Trump because it's literally the most logical solution you can make as a human being. Not even an American, as a human being. If you're an illegal immigrant, you still should vote for Trump because you're not even gonna be in a first world country if you vote for Kamala. Honestly, you might as well have just
She
stayed in
talked
your
about
country.
we have. Let's get
Exactly.
rid of the elephant in the room, and she starts talking about racism and everything. I said, you didn't even say hello to me, and I'm doing them a favor by doing
Right.
this. I'm doing this out of respect to the black community, and we're getting record numbers, as you know, in the black community. And she came across, you know, she's with ABC Fake News, which is one of the worst. ABC is one of the worst.
Right.
And she is horrible. So she was very nasty. Harris Faulkner was there. She was excellent. The other person I didn't know, she was okay. I wouldn't say she was great, but she was okay. But I did it, and it was quite a sensation. Actually, a lot of people think it was well handled. The woman was so rude
So rude.
that, you know, it's hard to believe. You can walk into a thing, and I do them a favor, and I do this. Most people said, why are you doing it? I feel I have an obligation to do it. I want to look with it. You become the president for all of the people,
Right.
not for a certain segment.
Correct.
Not even for just my, you know, they talk about my base. It's a very big base. But you become president for all of the people. So I feel you have an obligation to do that. Now, she's not doing anything. She's not doing any interviews.
Right?
Because I don't believe she's capable. She starts.
I don't think so either.
Strange. The whole thing is strange. Let's put it this way: our country's in big trouble.
Yeah. I spoke to your son, Don Jr., when I met you in Doral.
Right.
I spoke to Don Jr. a little bit. He said, man, I feel for the young generation. You guys are, look at this. Like, look what's going on here. Like, it's like you need these next 4 years. If not, I don't know how well the country's going to do after these 4 years.
I don't think it survives. I really don't.
Damn.
Look, we're going to have 20 million people in by the time this election takes place. 20 million people. That's bigger than New York State. Many of those people are people that you should not have, and we're all for everything. You know, all men are created equal, as the expression goes. Right?
Of course.
And now today they say all men and women are
Yeah.
created equal. When
Yeah.
they wrote that, it was a slightly different time. Today, that alone is a politically incorrect
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah, it
right?
is.
So all men and
It
women
is.
are created equal, everything. But the fact is, when you're dumping all of these criminals and all of these drug dealers, all of these people into our country, you're really hurting our country badly. And it has to be, we have to take very strong measures.
We definitely do. We definitely do. Moving to the next. Oh,
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know they were allowed to applaud.
yeah, they're allowed to applaud. You guys can keep applauding.
Common sense, right? You know, it is about common sense. I mentioned that term because whether you're conservative, liberal, it's all about common sense.
It is.
You want to have good education. You want to have borders. You want to have low interest rates, be able to buy a house. You want to, so many
course.
different things. But you got to have common sense. And we're run by people. And, just a little thing. When I started campaigning almost like 8 years ago, I talked about Merry Christmas. We should have Merry Christmas again. Let's bring back Merry Christmas. You weren't allowed to say Merry Christmas. I got it back.
They're being OD now.
It's a nice crowd, huh?
Even if you're Jewish, they like to say Merry Christmas. Every one of my Jewish friends say, we love Merry Christmas.
I'm Jewish. I love Merry
Good.
Christmas.
And
too.
Kamala doesn't, though. Kamala,
She doesn't like
no,
it?
She doesn't want you to use Merry Christmas.
Wow.
She thinks it's insulting to use Merry Christmas. So we'll have to work on her.
I wanted to ask you a question. Speaking of, you said something about common sense. Someone who has no common sense, Joe Biden. Do you think he was pushed out, or do you think he made the decision to step down?
No, he was not only pushed out, it was a coup. I'm telling you. They went in to see him. He did badly. The debate was a disaster.
It was horrible.
Okay. I don't know if I was brilliant or if he was horrible. Maybe it was a combination.
Hey, you guys in the Discord right now, what do you guys think? Was he pushed out or did he step down? What do you guys think?
Yeah, everybody on Twitch and YouTube, do you think Joe was kicked out by the deep state, or do you think he, willingly left?
What do you think, Samari?
Oh, yeah, of course Joe willingly left. Joe Biden is just...
You think he stepped down?
Oh, of course. He's just the greatest leader ever, and he's just decided, hey, man, I've done an amazing job the past 4 years. I decided I'm going to go rest and spend time with my grandchildren. Of course Joe picked that. What? There's no such thing as a deep state. There's no such thing as a rich cabal of billionaires that rule society. Of course not. No, it was Joe Biden who chose willingly himself to do that. I mean, look at the way he talks and walks. He's so intelligent and so coherent and conscious. You know, anybody voting for Kamala can clearly see that our great president, Joe Biden, is clearly in control. I mean, obviously. And now we have our beautiful queen, Kamala, running. What an honor. Truly. I can't wait to vote for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know one thing where they were saying after I left, they said, you know, that was one of the greatest debate performances we've ever seen. And then 2 days later, they just said he was terrible. You know,
Right.
they never gave. They
Right.
took away the great debate performance stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, but no, I mean, I did fine, and he is. He shouldn't have. Look, he's done tremendous damage to our country. He was a terrible president. He was the worst president we've ever had. She's, by the way, considered the most unpopular vice president we've ever had. But she's she's worse than he is. I actually think he's smarter than her, and I think he's a really not smart person. But I think he's smarter than she is.
That's
But
like a
she
lot.
was convenient. She was there. They have better people. I mean, they have much better people. In fact, all of the people that she's looking at are considered much better than her. These were people that were thinking about running. They would have run, except that they didn't want to go through this roadblock with her, and because you're the vice president. So they wanted to go pick them. And I think virtually every one of them is considered better, smarter, would be a better president than her. But we can't allow her to be president. She's going to destroy our country.
She'll ruin it. I mean, already it's
She's
just
gonna ruin
it's-
it,
it's
guys. She's
ridiculous
gonna
what she's
ruin
saying.
it.
You know,
And by the way, the youth is so important because youth tends to be Democrat, and as they get older, they become Republican. That's what's happening. We can't wait 50 years.
Right?
Make the move now. All of you young people, and he's got a lot of them. All I know is my kids say, Dad, you have no idea how big
Wait,
this interview
Zeno,
is.
pause
I
it.
said, don't tell me that. But
Pause it for. At this point, if you're voting for Kamala, then there's no way I can convince you, bro. Because at this point, if
None.
you can't look at our economy, if you can't look at the facts, if you can't look at all the wars boiling up and exploding around us, if you can't look at all the social problems, if you can't look at that and be like, hey, maybe we should try different leadership. If you can't look at that and think that, then it's impossible to convince you, and I accept it. All right, go on.
make the move now. Don't wait 50 years. Our country doesn't have 50 years.
Right.
You know, that's crazy to think about. I want to ask you a question. She did a rally recently. She had a rapper speak, and then she had a rapper twerk at a rally. A rapper was twerking at a rally.
Yeah.
I want to know your
So
thoughts on that.
Atlanta!
You know, I don't. That's
So
it's crazy to
Atlanta!
me to think that there could be twerking
I know.
at a rally.
Well, what Hillary did is she would go out and get Bruce Springsteen. He'd get much smaller crowds than I got, to be honest. And he had a guitar, right? I don't have a guitar. But he would fill up a place, and then he'd finish, and they'd all leave, and she'd be speaking. So now Kamala's doing the same thing, because nobody wants to go watch
Wait, that was in Atlanta?
No.
I mean, she speaks
Yeah.
for like a short. Nobody's going to want
Right.
to watch her, and nobody does want to watch. Now, it's at least there's a little bit of curiosity, but there's no value really in going and watching her. So what she did is she's gotten a couple of rappers, and they fill up the place. But what she does is a little bit different. She has them go last. That's smart. I give. So in other words, they want her to finish her speech, get the hell off the stage, and then they can listen to the
The
rap.
performance starts.
No, it's pretty.
It's kind of smart.
Hillary didn't. No, I give her credit.
Yeah, give it to her a little bit.
Hillary never figured that out. She'd get some star, and the star would fill up the place, and then the star would leave, they would leave, everybody would leave, and she's talking to an empty stadium. Anyway, this is a little better idea.
Yeah, I wanna move on to the fun stuff now. I think we've definitely talked on some ideas and policies, excuse me. But I want to move on to the fun stuff because you are a fun guy. You know, I've heard a lot from a lot of people how cool you are, especially Dana. Shout out to Dana. I know you're
Oh,
watching.
Dana.
Yeah, he's the
There's
greatest.
nobody like him. I always say everybody can be replaced except Dana. Because this guy travels the world looking for fighters, okay? Get me fighters. He doesn't care where they from countries nobody ever heard of. And that's where he finds the best fighters. Now,
Yeah.
he cannot be replaced. He's truly great at what he does.
He's the coolest. I know you're a UFC fan, right?
I am.
Who are like your favorite fighters?
Well, I think Khabib, how good is Khabib? Do you know who Khabib is?
Of course I know who Khabib is.
Khabib was 29, I guess 29, 28 and 0, and then his father died and he stopped. But I think he never lost. I don't think he ever lost a round. Like he fought many times, he never lost like a round. And I thought he was a great. I got to meet him at a fight 2 fights ago. Because I walk in with Dana. Sometimes I do this walk in, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's where I first met you.
Yeah, that's right. Come to that.
Yeah.
If I didn't get any applause, you wouldn't want me on this show. You'd say, forget it. No, we get big applause. We walk in together.
It's crazy. You shut it down.
I met Khabib though, and he was very. He came to me and he said, "You're the man that can stop the war," because he's talking about the war with Ukraine, Russia.
Of course.
Because he knows they're his people. I mean, on both sides, right? There's so many people dying in that war. And the whole culture is being destroyed. You know, the cities are coming down. They're just pouring bombs in.
No, Kamala is not going to win.
It was amazing. We weren't talking about fighting. We were talking about a different kind of fighting, a much worse kind of fighting. And he was very concerned about that.
Oh, my God. If she wins,
bro, she is not winning.
Bro, I pray.
She is not winning.
I mean, oh, my God, bro. Like, imagine the cruel reality she wins. Oh my God, what a horrible, horrible world that will be. We better pray to God she doesn't.
100%.
I mean, Joe won, and I could never imagine
He said,
that.
you can get it stopped, and I can get it stopped. I will have that stopped before I assume off. I will. If I win the election, the first thing I'm going to do is get Putin and get Zelensky. I know them both very well. And get them to make a deal because it's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is, and that's. It's like your rallies in the crowd, huh?
I know. I like this crowd. I think it's good. I like you people. You know what they are, though? They're people that want to see the country do well.
That's it.
It's people that just like. They don't want to see crime.
Right.
They don't want to be mugged, because they're selfish in that respect. They'd prefer not being mugged, right? But they don't want other people to be mugged, beaten up, shot, and killed. In Chicago, on July 4th weekend, they had 117 people shot. Think of this. You live there.
Damn.
117 people were shot, 17 died. This is in one weekend, July 4th weekend.
Wow.
I mean, nobody wants that. If you're living in Chicago, you have a good chance of, something bad happening. When you're going to go buy a loaf of bread, and something really bad could happen. So we don't want to, and they don't want that. The people behind me, who I just met briefly, they're great, but they're like other people. People don't want crime. They don't want to go to wars. They want to be able to make money. They want to be able to have a good life. They want a great education. All the things that you want, just the basic things. And we don't have that now.
It's really sad, honestly. And I know.
Think of this: Israel. You're Jewish. Are you a fan of Israel?
Yeah.
It would have never happened. October 7th would have never happened if I was president. And everybody admits it. Iran was broke. They had no money. I wouldn't let anybody buy oil from Iran. As soon as Biden comes in, he didn't have a clue. He let everything happen. But Iran was totally broke. They had no money. And I wouldn't let them nobody. China, I said, you buy oil from Iran and you can't do business in the United States. They said, we'll pass. I mean, that's fine. But I did that with everybody. And we would have had a deal, 100% we would have had a deal, and there would have been no attack. There was no money left. Iran had no money. We would have made a deal. We would have made a fair deal for them. I would have loved to have made a fair deal. I'm not looking to, I just want them, they can't have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. They can't have a nuclear weapon. You cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. So what happens is we worked very hard on that, and then he comes in and he allows everybody to go. China now is buying millions, billions and billions of dollars worth of oil, and Iran now is a very rich country, and October 7th would have never happened. And it wouldn't happen because...
Hey, Samari, you still swooze?
Oh, yeah, bro. I'm still swooze. I'm eating food, though, so it's helping me
Bro,
balance.
I'm swooze, bro. I'm about to fall asleep.
Bro, you
have
gotta
the money
eat.
to pay
You gotta
Hamas
eat, Zaino.
and Hezbollah and all of these.
I already did.
They call them instruments of
Eat right
terror.
now.
A lot of different names.
I did.
And so October 7th would
Good.
have never happened. The recent attack on the park would have never happened. That was so graphic and so, normally you don't see that. Normally the media cuts it off, but they didn't have time to cut it off because it was during the day, very public. And you'd see children with their legs cut off
horrible.
Those initial scenes were so horrible, where a rocket landed in a little soccer field. Just terrible. All of that stuff would have never happened. And we'll get it stopped fast, by the way. We'll get it stopped fast. There's no games.
I like that.
Right
I like
now,
that.
when
Well,
you hear Kamala
everyone
Harris
that's watching,
talking,
everyone
do you hear her
behind, just
talking
know
about
that
making
your vote really
peace?
does matter.
No.
And
I don't hear her
you guys
talking
have
at
a
all.
decision coming up in November.
Exactly.
You guys gotta really go out there and vote for the right person, which is him.
Wow, that's come in.
Do a little alley-oop there.
You know, it's funny that you do it, but now I know why you're so popular, because I've been on for years with people that really do like me, and they're even fair to me and everything else, but they wouldn't do what you just, they wouldn't say, vote for him, they do, they're short of that. They wouldn't do it, and they vote for me, but they wouldn't say it. I think it's great that you can say something like that. I think it's ethical, it's fair, it's smart. And if you felt that way about somebody else, that's okay too. But you have journalists today, like that one that intercepted me literally. That was like a booby trap. I walk in and she starts saying, "We got to start a meeting." She didn't say, "Oh, thank you very much for being here."
No.
Just like.
Let me see
words.
that show clips.
And frankly, if I owned that network, I would fire her so fast. It was so inappropriate. And I actually, once you sort of walk out, then you put the guard up, and you actually give less information than what you would have if they did it with sugar, right? But she doesn't know about sugar, that one. That was sort of terrible. It became viral, #1 viral.
Yeah.
And it was the question that was viral. I think my answers were sort of good.
They were really good.
I think they considered to be, I can't brag, but they were considered to be very good. But the level of hatred and craziness, and you don't know, is that from the head of the network or is that from her? But ABC, I've said for a long time, ABC is one, you have George Slopadopoulos, I don't know if you know him, but he's a nasty guy, you sit down, and yet to Biden, he interviews Biden. I said, there's no way that Biden can handle this guy if the guy is like normal,
Right.
like he normally is.
Yeah.
He was so nice to Biden. He asked him and then when Biden couldn't answer, which he can't answer most of the questions because he has no clue where he is,
Yeah.
Slopadopoulos is giving him the answers. He's giving the question. And isn't it true that you really don't want to see war? Isn't that true? Yeah. No, the whole thing is crazy. Anyway.
I want to real quick talk about one thing. It was super important to me when I saw it. Censorship. I don't know if you saw what Elon had posted. Elon basically showed, if you were to Google Donald Trump about a week ago, all you see is Kamala. That's all you see is Kamala.
Very cool.
It's crazy. Google was really, really trying to push her.
So Google is really crooked. It's horrible when they had the word assassination up because, there was a big moment a few weeks ago where I got whacked. I got whacked. And whether it's me or anybody else, it was a terrible thing. Terrible thing. For our country, it was terrible for everything. And when you put up the word assassination, it went to Lincoln, it went to many other people, many of whom I didn't even know there was an attempted assassination. The only one it didn't have was Trump. Think of it. And when you put up the word assassination, it also sent you to Kamala. And people were really angry at it. Look, something wrong with Google. I don't know if it's the people running it inside or the smaller people, so to speak, the people that are actually doing the nuts and bolts. I doubt it. It's got to come from the top. And it's so illegitimate. They have to do something about it. And, I mean, the market speaks. Everybody should maybe just go off Google, not use it. There are so many other things. Watch your show instead. But there are so many things. No, Mark Zuckerberg called me.
Wait, pause.
And he apologized. They actually had it where, AI is dangerous. It's going to be with us, but it's...
The problem is that his show is on Google. We love Google. We love Google. Everyone loves Google. Okay, we're pro Google.
We're on Google right now. We're on Google right now.
We love you, Google. We love you, Master. Please forgive us for our sins. Please, Master. Please. Okay, go on.
I do love Google.
Oh, we love Google, bro.
Dangerous. They actually had the Secret Service agents were very brave because when I was being shot at, there were 8 shots. And as soon as they heard that first gun, I did think I did a good job because I heard and I went down. You know, when you hear bullets, you tend to drop to the floor if you're intelligent.
Of course.
If you're not intelligent, like, I don't think Joe would have dropped to the floor. I think it's...
No, I think you would have just been like, what's going on?
And I'm
Hey, what's
swoozy.
Where are those
I won't
bullets?
even get to
Oh,
the
there
Drake
you
leaks
go, there you
tonight,
go.
guys. I can't even lie.
I don't think
I
he
am
would have dropped to the floor.
swoozy.
Right.
But anyway, it's when you hear this and when you see what's going on, and he called up, and there's a very iconic picture that was taken, but there's a number of them actually. But there's one in particular that was very iconic, and it's been on the covers with the fists up, and the secret agents, service agents, and you know, I know they're going through a little bit of a questioning period. Let me tell you, these people were brave. Because those bullets were coming at me, and I heard them. They were whizzing over my head. I had the one here, and I went down, and they were whizzing over, and I had 7 people, maybe, a lot of people, a lot of very big people on top of me within seconds.
Right.
And a lot of people that I know would not have done that. Aiden, I'm telling you, when bullets are coming right over you,
Yeah.
and you got people willing to, I asked a couple of them, they expected to die. They actually expected to die, and I understood that.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened that was amazing is within 5 seconds, the sniper, the Secret Service sniper, from a much further distance, 1 bullet, and didn't know about it. Now, it was a communication problem, a big one, and had it taken place, 10 seconds earlier, would have been good. But there was a communications problem. But he, supposedly, I don't think he knew. I mean, I've gone through it too. I don't think the sniper knew anything about it. He may have heard there could be a problem, but he didn't know anything about it. Think of it. A thing like that happens. He went by the gun and the fire of the gun. And I guess when the bullets come out, you see fire. And he was able to see that from probably more than 300 yards away. So that's 3 football fields. That's a lot. And 1 bullet took him out. And if he didn't shoot him, you would have had probably a lot of people dead.
Right.
Probably a lot of people would have been dead. He had a lot of bullets up there. He had a powerful gun, and he had a lot of bullets up there. And the reason he stopped was he got hit 5 seconds. That's a pretty amazing job when you think, it's sort of a surreal experience. Right?
Yeah.
And you could say that for them, too. And they go years, and they don't have to do that. They don't have to shoot people. And then all of a sudden, they're confronted, and they see somebody firing. And a lot of people wouldn't react like that. They wouldn't,
Yeah,
they'd say,
operates the browser, guys.
let's call in and find out what's going on.
Right.
His reaction time, I think, was amazing. So there was a big communication problem, and they'll get that straightened out. But the Secret Service people were very brave, and that sniper was very talented to hit a target like that from so far away.
Right. Mr. President, I do want to say, first of all, you took a bullet for everyone in this room, everyone watching, everyone. The reaction that you gave.
Yes, follow my Twitch,
No other
Sarai.
president is going to do
Samari
that.
Sarai.
They're going to either remain, where they are. You are a brave man. You stood up and went like this, and that was a pretty badass picture, by the way.
Well, I will say, though, that the audience was very brave also, the fans, the people, and it's much more than MAGA. Although I think MAGA is almost everybody, because it's what we talk about.
Yeah.
But all of those people were tens of thousands of people, as far as the eye could see, and then the people in the back. And those are the people you see, because the cameras are focused on that. We have the bleacher in the back with, 100 to 150 people or something. But those people never moved. And if you go to crowd, we had a crowd-controlled type person, said whenever a bullet is fired, they know a bullet and they know a sound. And we had a lot of bullets fired. So when you think of it, plus the Secret Service, whenever a bullet's fired, everybody empties out immediately. They immediately leave and they empty out the whole stadium, and they call it a stampede, like in cattle.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get killed with stampedes. They
Love
get
you, Amaya.
literally
Stumped
walked
over,
They
yeah.
get many people die in soccer stadiums. But when a bullet goes off, everyone leaves, almost every time.
Yeah.
Nobody left.
Tribe.
And you had the man behind me. He's looking like this. He's looking. There was no fear. It was amazing. They knew that I was in trouble. They saw that. They saw the blood, because the blood, I guess you get hit in the ear. I can tell you, a lot of blood when you get hit in the ear. That's one thing we learned. we learn all these things, unfortunately. But they saw there was a big problem. Normally, when they hear that, they're all, they disperse. Nobody left. I mean, you take a look at that. Now, that was a microcosm of what was out in front of me, because the speech was being made to thousands of people.
Right.
And nobody there was leaving either. It was really amazing. They knew there was a problem. And when I got up, they were confused because Secret Service was lifting me. I guess I was getting up, and I'm looking for my shoes. I didn't want to go on, they had stretchers and stuff. I didn't want to go on stretchers. I didn't want to do that. But it was amazing. And they were confused because you could be up, but you're not looking too good. And I felt it was important to let people know that I was okay and our country was okay, in a true sense that our country was okay. And so I did that, and the audience was just, they were, I mean, USA, it was wild. It was a hell of a horrible experience, but I learned a lot about the love in this country. Think of it, a bullet goes off, everyone leaves, and his bullet's going off. They just,
again, a true hero.
they were heroes. The way they didn't move, you have to watch that group behind, because that was the same as the group in front, the big group.
All right, Kim.
And it wasn't like, geez,
Right.
normally they'd say, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
How do we do
that's
this?
true.
They
just
weren't.
stood.
Skip. I would love it if you could skip a little bit forward, just because, we hear about the attempt, but I would love to hear more about the meat of just really nail in just how bad Kamala Harris is. Go back before this part. I love this part where he looks at everyone, he gives a word on everyone, like the Nelk Boys, Adin. All the different people. Amaya, great to see you on my Twitch live. So
Use
honored to
one
have you
word
here.
that comes to mind to describe that person. Okay? It's a fun game.
Fun.
Let's start. All right. Who is the first picture? And we got the Nelk Boys. One word.
Oh, great.
I love that.
W
great.
Nelk Boys. We
Okay.
love them.
So you're friends with them.
Yeah.
Are
Okay.
they competitors of yours, though?
Not even, honestly. Every time that I speak to Kyle or Steve, it's just only
they're all
love.
great.
They're really, really
No,
good.
they're
Jim.
just great.
Yeah.
But in a way, you would be competitors, but you don't.
They're more bigger on the YouTube side of things. I'm more
Right.
live, so it's a lot.
see.
It's a
I
different
see. So
world,
it's different,
but
yeah.
it's kind of like parallel.
Look at them. I mean, they're just great people. That was Dana White. He said, you got to do them. I said, who are they? I didn't know. And after I did them, it was like an explosion.
Can't wait to collaborate with the Nelk Boys, right, Zeno?
Me.
Yeah. Well, I
Hey.
can just tell you that one
Facts.
word
And
would be
Aiden.
outstanding.
That boy Aiden.
My sons told me about you, and they told me about how big Dad. My Baron.
Yeah.
He said, Dad, he's really big. I said, yeah, but what about else? He said, he's also a friend of mine, right?
Yeah.
But big stuff, Aiden. So I just have to say outstanding to do what you've done at a young age. And I know how old you are. You're young. You're seriously young. My suit is older than you are.
How old your suit?
I don't know. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right, let's see who we got next.
W.
We
Aiden.
got.
So proud of
and
them.
we got-
Inspires
Patriot. I'm a patriot.
me. And W.
Nice.
Trump.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Interesting. He really is. He's an amazing guy. He's a very interesting guy.
So who we got next? Mr. White.
Oh, well, he's a fighter. I'll tell you, that guy, he fights. You wouldn't want to have him against you. A little bit true with all of these
I
people
like
that you
Dana
show.
White.
There's a
I
good
would
one.
love to
Elon,
play golf with Dana.
a genius,
Or
truly
box
a
with
genius.
him.
I
Either
see the
way.
rockets come down with
Facts.
with the engines, and they're coming down. And the engines are landing without any. They have no wings, no nothing. That was a couple of years ago. I said,
Right.
what is that? And I said, what was that all about? He says, well, we want to be able to save the engines, not that they go into the ocean and all. But he really
Love
is a genius.
Elon.
He's also a good, very
W.
good person.
Elon. Can't wait to buy a Cybertruck.
We got Kanye.
So, he's very complicated. Let's say complicated. Because he is. He's a really nice guy, but he can get himself into trouble, and he can get some other people. But he's got a good heart. He does. But he's complicated. Kanye. Fake, but in all fairness, look, but she knows it. She's got a thing going. It's a good thing. She's a good thing for her. But there's a certain something she's got. She's got a spark. That's pretty amazing, actually. She's got a good spark. So I'll change it. I'll say spark. She does have. She gets on. You know, when she was running against a gentleman from Queens, and
I'll be right back.
I asked his people. I said, "Are you?"
Trump is very nice
careful?
to her,
This guy was
Chad.
going to be Speaker of the
Trump
House. It
is
was gonna be
very
him,
nice
not
to his political
Nancy
enemies.
Pelosi.
Notice that, Chad?
And Joe.
He's very
He's
nice
a
to his political
good politician, a real pro.
enemies. Love you,
Been around for a
Amaya.
long time, many years in Congress.
Thank you for following my
And
Twitch.
I watched her on television one time. I saw a clip of her speaking, ranting, raving, going crazy. And I said, who's she running against? She's running against Joe. I said, oh, does he know what's going on? Oh, he's got no problem, sir. He's got no problem. I said, is he doing any debates? No, he doesn't have to bother with the debates. He's been there for years. I said, tell him I said that he should be careful. Because I saw her. And I said, she's Evita. I called her Evita. Maybe that's the best. Evita Peron, right? I said, she's Evita. She's in the streets screaming, shouting, going crazy, hugging people, hugging. Everybody's being hugged. I said, he better be careful. And she took him out. So, you know, I give her credit. But she's got a lot of sizzle. Well, there's a powerful man. He's a powerful man. I know him very well. I know him probably better than anybody in this country knows him.
Appreciate you, Reddy.
Got to know him extremely well. We had a great relationship until COVID. COVID was a step too far. But we did very well with China. And President Xi, we did very, very well with China.
Can't wait
We
to
took
go
in
to
hundreds
China.
of billions of dollars. No president took
Can't
in
wait
10
to
cents.
travel.
I took in. And I exposed China. Look, I want China to do great. Okay, but they can't take advantage of us like they were doing for years and years. We'd lose $500 billion a year in trade, all of that.
They have a great
But then
leader.
COVID came in, and it really, I changed, but I will have a very good relationship with him. There's no going to war with him. He doesn't want to go to war. We're not going to go to war. And we had a very good relationship, actually. He was right in this room. He came to this country, and he stayed here for a number of days, as you remember. And we had incredible meetings, a very famous meeting in the dining room, actually. But he loves his country, and he's very strong and very powerful and very interesting. But he really does love his country, I can tell you that.
Let's see who we got next on this list.
Yeah. Gavin Newscomb. You spelled it? No, you spelled his last name.
He literally ruined California. Beautiful state. California is beautiful. He ruined it.
And when you watch him, he's always saying, oh, we're doing so great.
Right,
We're not
right.
doing great. I mean, I have holdings in California, and I own a golf
Honestly,
course
worse
right on
than
the ocean,
anyone
right
on
the
this
Pacific
list is
Ocean,
this guy.
in Palos Verdes.
He's
So beautiful. It's a club.
He's horrible.
Big,
He's an
you know,
evil
many acres,
villain,
hundreds of
literally,
acres,
bro.
and it's fantastic. But California is so precious. One of the most beautiful places in the world in terms of weather,
For sure.
in terms of everything. And they're just destroying it with crime. The crime is out of control. It's a very dangerous place. And he, you know, I think it's a shame because I like him. I got along with him great. I helped him a lot with his fires. I kept saying, you know, why don't you do something about the forest fires?
Yeah.
There's no reason to have that. There's no management. They have no management control over the forests. I said, you have to do things. But I got along with him great, but he has not done the job.
No.
He has not done the job. Sad.
Got a few more. Let's see what we got next.
Yeah. He's turned very liberal, actually. They say he's the son of Fidel Castro, and could be. I mean, anything's possible in this world, you know? You're going to learn as you get older.
I don't even know who this is.
You've seen a lot
He's
already.
the
for
pre-
your
he's the
age.
Prime
Per
Minister of
age, I would say.
Canada.
Per year spent, you've seen as much as anybody.
Ah,
He's
But Justin
horrible.
Trudeau
he's,
is,
He's really a bad leader, man.
I got along with him very well, actually, but he seems to be going very progressive, and the people of Canada are not liking it. I mean, if they had a good conservative person, which maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know. But somebody that's a strong conservative would win in Canada. Canada is very unhappy about the way they've been treated as people. But I got along with them well. Now, this man I really got along with well. We had Little Rocket Man. We had the red button. He said, I have a red button on my desk. And I said, no, I have a red button too. And mine's bigger than yours and mine worked. And it was...
W's in the chat for that.
It was
W's
really bad month and a half. You know, he was very, very tough on President Obama, very tough on everybody. You know, it's the hermit nation, and it really is. I mean, it's. I said to him, do you know Elton John? No. I said, did you ever hear the song Rocket Man? And I actually played him the song Rocket Man. He said, no, I've never heard it. I said, you're Rocket Man. He said, no, you call me Little Rocket Man, not Rocket Man. But I tell you what, so we had a very nasty 2 months. People were actually worried about it because it could have been dangerous. But President Obama told me that this was the single biggest threat to the United States, was Kim Jong-un of North Korea. And one day I got a call from people that wanted to see me about him, and he wanted to meet. He did not want to meet with Obama, did not want to meet with anybody. Got tremendous nuclear capability. He does. And we've checked that closely, and he does. I got to know him very well, and I got along with him great. He's very smart. He's very strong. He's the absolute leader. You know, a lot of people say, oh, maybe he's not the leader. He's the absolute. When he's around, his people are standing up at attention. I've never seen. We were at a luncheon. They had 20 people on his side and 20 people on mine, you know, looking at each other.
Right.
In Singapore, we had a meeting in Singapore. It was the biggest press conference I've ever had. There were thousands of paparazzi. I've never seen anything like it. I think people said they've never seen anything like it. I was walking in, he was walking in. We met in the middle, remember? And
Yeah, of course.
the place just went crazy. But we got along very well. He's very, very smart. And, you know, he's a real power. He's a real power. I think he's upset that I'm not there. Nothing would have happened with him. We would have gotten along with him fine. I was trying to get him to do, you know, his country is, you talk about location. I'm a real estate guy. He's right between, think of this, Russia, China, one side, and South Korea on the other. I said, you have a great piece of real estate. You could make so much. You could have gorgeous things. I said to him, think about gorgeous condos going up on your shore. He's got a lot of ocean. He's got ocean frontage on both sides, right? But I got along with him great. We would have had no problem with him. Now he's getting very angry with us, and he's getting very angry with, I understand he doesn't like her. He doesn't know her, but he forms opinions, and he doesn't like her. And he thought that Biden was a stupid man, a very stupid man. He would say that, but I say the same thing, so at least we agree on something. But Biden is, they really have hurt our country. These people have hurt our country. Kim Jong-un was great for as long as he was there, as long as I was there was going to be no problem. That I can tell you. We met in Singapore. I got to know him so well. And, you know, I always say that we have enemies from within and we have enemies on the outside. So he would be considered, I guess, an enemy. I think he would be absolutely fine. China, the same thing. I always say if you have a smart president, you don't have a problem with the outside. But you still will have a problem with the inside because these people are sick. They're sick. And the people from the inside, I mean, they're willing to take down our country. It's incredible. When I look at guys like Adam Shifty Schiff, he's such a bad guy, such a liar. Russia hoax. It was a total hoax.
Yeah!
It went on for 2.5 years.
Zeno.
And total exoneration, nothing to do with Russia. The opposite.
After this
I was
shit,
the
I'm
worst
turning
thing
off
that
the
ever
damn
happened to
stream.
Russia because I stopped the pipeline, the Russia pipeline. It's
Don't
called
give
Nord
up,
Stream 2.
Zeno, the
Nobody ever
night
heard
is
of
young.
Nord Stream 2. But, you know, it was just 2
I'm gonna
years.
close my eyes, go to
And actually
sleep.
putting our country in danger because you put your country in danger with another country. But getting along with these people is really, getting along with the foreign leaders, if you're smart, our country is safe.
Hey, let's 2x this video a little bit.
Well, skip a little bit forward. Wait, skip to the next person.
All right, let's like 175 a little bit.
Oh, play Zelensky. I personally
Very
like
good with me
Zelensky.
because when they were doing the Russia hoax, they said I did something with him on a phone call, and basically I congratulated him on his winning the presidency,
Right.
and said some other things which turned out to be perfect, better than perfect. if he sees any corruption, please report it to the Attorney General of the United States, which we have an agreement with the country. We have actually a signed contract with them, a very important one, that because Ukraine has always been known as very corrupt. I don't know if you know that. It has been a very corrupt. I think the people are great, but it's been very corrupt. And I said, if you find any corruption in the country, you should report it immediately to the Attorney General. I did say that, and it was a very good thing to say. It turned out I was 100% right in saying it. So they made up a phone call, but fortunately, the phone was essentially taped. The call was essentially taped. I didn't know this, but a lot of times when you're talking foreign leaders, they have tapes, or they have stenographers. And we had 2 professional, really great military stenographers. So every word. So when they said I did these things, I said, no, I didn't. And then I said, was that taped, or did they have the stenographers? The answer was yes. And they got all the way down the line to impeach me. They wanted to impeach me over this phone call, single phone call. And I knew that I had them because I had the tape with the stenographers, everything perfect. Every word was said. And then they did the impeachment. And just before that, because I remember Nancy Pelosi was crazy, we can't impeach him. Look at what the phone call was. She saw the phone call.
Yeah.
And then they decided, well, let's do it anyway. Can you believe how bad these people are?
Horrible.
Let's do it anyway, because they had the phone call.
Yeah.
That's where Tim Scott, a great guy from senator from South Carolina, he said, wait a minute, I've just read the phone call. That phone call was, he was the first one to speak up. Tim Scott of South Carolina. Then Republican senators spoke up. And they were great. I mean, there was great, of course, the only one was Mitt Romney, real stiff, and he couldn't get elected dog catcher right now. But and he actually voted. He actually only took a half a vote away, but everybody else voted for me 100% unanimously.
Yeah, I
Republicans.
never liked
And it was fine.
Romney
but
at
what
all.
they did was they made up a call. And then when they found out that I had it essentially on tape,
Mitt Romney?
really bad,
I
and they had a decision to make. Do they pull
always
it? And she
liked
said, no,
Obama more than
you shouldn't be doing this, but
Romney,
let's go ahead
to
with
be
it.
honest with
I did
you.
nothing wrong. So you have to be careful. So let me just say about him. So
Yeah.
when they called him and they asked him, did President Trump say anything that was inappropriate or wrong? He said, absolutely not. It was a very nice phone call. There was nothing unusual about it at all. And he could have grandstanded. He could have said, well, and he didn't say that. So I respect him. I think that I will be able to make a deal with him and Vladimir Putin very quickly.
Great.
Even though it would have been a lot easier before this war started, and you wouldn't have 500,000 people, or maybe much more than that. I think you're going to find that the number of people dead is far greater than what they're saying. That's a really nasty thing going on over there. But I think I will be able to get him and Putin together, and we'll get it ended. It would have never started if I were president. We had no chance of starting. I knew Putin very well, know him very well, and it was the apple of his eye. Ukraine was the apple of his eye. He did love it. He did want it. But he knew he couldn't do it. He would not. He knew he could not do it. He would have never done it if I was president. And now when you look at all of the death and all of the destruction, even of their culture, because those cities are wiped to the ground. Most of the cities outside of Kiev, most of those cities are wiped down to the ground. And it's so sad. And when those buildings come down, there are plenty of people in there. People think those buildings don't have people. They have a lot of people in those buildings that don't want to leave. And those buildings come down. They're big buildings, big heavy buildings, and they come down. And the people are crushed. Instantly they're crushed.
Horrible.
Missiles hit them.
I wanted to touch base real quick on the inflation thing. So, I know I saw you when you went to go speak in Nashville. You talked about crypto. You said that crypto can help with that. You mentioned that's somewhat like gold. Do you think that, when you get back in office, you would still fully support crypto? And, I just saw that the U.S. government, ever since you spoke about it, they're selling crypto. They're selling it. So what would you do if you were in office with crypto?
It's something they shouldn't be doing because they should be trying to build it. So if we don't do it, China's doing it, other places are doing it, and they're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a very modern currency. It's a very modern form. And I know a lot of very good people that are really into that world and into that market. They're smart, they're good people, and they think it's going to be very beneficial. And remember this, though, it's very important. It's like AI. Do you love it? Do you not like it? If we don't do it, China's going to do it, or other people are going to do it.
Yeah.
And we can't be left behind. And crypto is right in that sphere. And it is a form of currency. And again, China's already doing it. But if we don't do it, they're going to do it. AI is something that's really at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And there are pros and cons to everything. But China is trying to do everything.
Yeah.
And we've got to beat them to the punch.
I would love to see you and Elon, get together and talk about AI together. I think it's really, really important because, Elon with what he's doing, and then obviously you guys can really come together, maybe try to find some solutions for AI because it is getting out of hand. You see a bunch of fake stuff. It's really getting crazy.
It's one thing about AI that's interesting is, and who would believe this, to really be at the top of it and to dominate, because China's very much into the artificial intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Even the name is sort of a weird name because artificial intelligence sounds like, it's not really a very good name when you think about it. It's artificial.
Yeah.
It says like fake intelligence, right? But regardless, so you need massive amounts of electricity to be able to compete. Did you know that? Electricity.
Yeah.
And if you don't build twice the amount of electricity that the country currently has, now think of that number. You need more electricity than the country has for everything, times 2. Nothing. So nobody's going to be able to get that done but me. I'm the only one because you're going to have to build power plants at every plant. You're going to have a power plant for every plant. It's all electricity based. It's amazing. You need massive amounts of electricity. In the meantime, they built 8 chargers in the Middle West for cars because we shouldn't have, obviously, all electric. They have this electric car mandate, and they don't go far. They cost a lot. They're going to be made in China. And under Biden, he wants everybody to drive electric. No more gas-propelled cars. No more hybrids. No more anything. Think of it. How crazy. And you can drive a car from here to Los Angeles on a tank of gas. Same thing with trucks. They want trucks to go electric. They'd have to make 6 stops to get to Los Angeles. With diesel, they don't have to make any stops, and they have leftover. And the truck gets lighter as you go. One of the problems with that is the weight. The weight of the batteries is so heavy. It's 2.5 times heavier than a truck without, with diesel. And you would have to rebuild all of your bridges all throughout the country. And I asked the trucking industry supports me because of this. I mean, they probably like me, but they support me because of this, because they're not an industry.
Wait,
I said, when you explain that you're going to have to rebuild all of your bridges in the country, when you explain that to the...
Yo, literally Biden did an EV meeting with all the electric vehicle companies. And you know what the one company he excluded from that meeting was?
Oh.
Tesla. He excluded Tesla from the EV summit, bro. And Tesla built all the electric car infrastructure in the country for the past 15 years. So if you drive a Mercedes electric vehicle, bro, and you try to drive from Miami to LA, bro, your car is gonna literally run out of electricity and not be able to be recharged in Alabama, bro.
Facts.
You won't even make it past Texas, bro. That's how bad the infrastructure is outside of Tesla. Tesla has the greatest infrastructure of any electric car company on the planet Earth, bro. And Biden is excluding it. And now Biden's made, and the Democrats have made enemies with Elon, who literally rules the electric car industry. And so, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Can't wait to get my Cybertruck. Ooh! Okay, go on.
I love Cybertrucks.
Don't they say, oh, I see, well, then it doesn't work. Just that one thing, it doesn't work. When you explain to them that you have to stop 6 times for 4 hours to stop, and you talk about a supply chain problem, right? But I said, when you explain that to people, just tell me, do they say, oh, then we can't really do it? You know, it makes sense. We can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They forgot to change the screen.
And within 1 minute or 2 minutes, they
the
will convince you
big
that it doesn't work. Maybe sometime, but I think it's essentially never going to work. In my opinion, it'll never work because you're always going to have a weight problem. You're always going to have, it's never going to be the same kind of a thing where you can drive for 2 days without stopping. It's just not going to happen that way. And I said, what do they say when you go in and explain this? They don't care. They say, we don't care. We want you to go electric. And one gentleman, the biggest guy in the business, he said to me, all my life I've been buying trucks. For 50 years I've been buying trucks. And every year they got better, bigger, stronger, more beautiful. Every year for 50 years they became more efficient, more fuel efficient, better pollution control, everything. And if they make us do that, we'll go back 50 years, more than that. He said a truck 50 years ago would have been better than what they're making us use right now. And I say, when you explain that, do they do anything? They sit there, they look, and they say, we don't care. That's our mandate. You have to go all electric. These people are going to destroy our country. We can't let them do it.
Horrible, horrible. Mr. President, I know you're very busy. It's already 2:15. How much time would you say we have? Because I do want to give you this last gift.
Well, let's go do the last gift.
Let's go do it.
So far, I like the gift.
Yeah, well, you're like this other one too. Hold on 1 second here. Whoops, I actually closed that out. Let me go full screen real quick. You go full screen on OBS, and then you should have a live view. Or the IRL.
Yeah, yo, this is crazy. W. Adin Ross. W. Adin Ross for putting this together.
Since day one.
Really, day one. I love her.
She's your biggest fan.
Good.
Please get a picture with her.
Yes. Can I do that?
Yeah, of course.
Can I? Come on, let's take a good
I'll take it. I got you.
You say right there. We're going to take a good one.
I'll take a great one.
Yeah.
I got to go.
Yeah, I think so, right? Huh? I'll bet she does. She's probably tougher than I am. Have a good time, everybody. See you later.
Yeah. So what's your good side? What do you like walking on? What side you like walking?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you look good for both sides. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at all. X, come on outside of the truck. Yeah.
Zeno, we gotta get Trump on our live stream.
I like that. Hey, I know that's what I noticed. I noticed the grill. Nice to see
You don't want Kamala Harris?
Thank you.
Yo, wait. Is that XQC?
You can't miss it.
That's an Elon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr.
Pause.
That is beautiful.
Is that XQC?
Yes.
Why does he get to be Trump and not me, bro? He looks like a Biden supporter. Ah!
Check out this rap. Let me know your honest thoughts.
I think it's incredible.
Chat, rate the rap 1 through 10.
Hey, what Google did is they took one, they let it happen. See the Secret Service agency?
Yeah.
They're angry in there. They put smiles on their face.
Right.
You heard about that?
Yeah, no,
That's just terrible.
Yeah, I know. But that's how easy it is to do.
It's a little bit scary.
Yeah, it is very scary. We need like a system where we can quickly fact check things, keep it real and authentic.
And right now they don't have that.
No, they don't.
Problem.
So I know we're not going to drive anywhere, but I was wondering if you wanted to listen to like a song here.
Let's go.
All right, cool. So you open it up.
It is incredible.
Yeah, it is. I'll get on the other side.
Okay, you talk.
Good? We back? We good? Oh, we're good. All right. Now this is cool.
It's very good.
I've never seen you in a car before.
Not too many. That's look at the playlist, huh?
This is your playlist.
It's a good, yeah.
Your team picked out.
Yeah.
You want to pick a song? Let's test out
Okay,
the
so
song.
let's try it. And you know, some of the artists I like better than others, but I like the other song better. So it's always
Who's like your top 3 artists?
Well, we love Frank Sinatra, right?
Of course.
And you know, there's a couple that I really like, but I don't like the people, so I don't want to really mention their name. But look at this list as an example. So it's such a great list. Aren't the Beatles always good?
Come on, they're the best.
Rolling Stones are always good.
Choose one. Let's
look at that.
you
So let's
choose what you like. Choose a swipe like this.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Huh?
Yo, that Cybertruck looks fine.
Who doesn't like the Beatles?
And you got Trump in there, bro.
Hey, I love the Cybertruck.
Right.
Yo,
I would
Zeno.
drive this
Let's
shit.
see how good the
Are
system
we
is.
gonna have twin
This is by
Cybertrucks
far
this
best
year,
one.
bro?
I want to say thank you. And
I want
wanna say, I do wanna do
a
a-
pink or purple one.
I want
wanna
to
get
set
a
up
pink
Blast
one,
Music
bro.
Dance, because I just had the best
I had a
Pink one is hard.
I had a dream
Pink
I was
one,
buying
black
a
rims.
pink one,
You know what the
bro.
hits are yet? You know?
No,
I had a-
I want
I had a-
multiple times.
I think you're correct. Yeah.
I went over to see
I'm
I'll let you all know
thinking
this. The real life you
turquoise
count everything.
Well, you'll never know, but I think you'll have the biggest show. You know, Nelk by far their biggest.
I know. And I hated it when YouTube took them down.
So they had 7.5 million hits in like an hour.
I mean, I don't mind either way, but pink is definitely the color I was
But I said
imagining.
YouTube or whoever it was,
my
right.
Cybertruck.
And I said that would happen. And I said, so let me ask you, if that happens, are you going to fold? They said, nope, and they never did. But they were taken down. But they had 7.5 million in Bush.
Wow, that's crazy. I just seen somebody said with all the pages, all the people live rewatching us, we hit over a million. We hit over a million live, which is amazing.
You're going to have a lot.
Yeah.
I hope you're going to break your record by a lot. And I think you will. For whatever reason. I won't get into that. But for whatever reason, people seem to like watching. I will say it's an honor to be with you too.
Thank you.
You're a young guy that's amazing. Maybe someday you'll run for president.
I don't know about that. I'll leave it to Baron maybe one day.
Barron.
But I would love to help Baron, when it comes to, we need you back in office, man. Let's hit this dance.
How about this song by Elvis?
Elvis? No, don't spit song.
You know what Doug was?
What?
He had the greatest songs of people that left him.
I think Kamala Harris in here. You want to say anything?
Sure.
I'm kidding. She's not really in here.
I don't mind.
You'll still let it go? Let it fly.
She's got to save the country, but it's not going to happen.
They're not gonna be able to come close. That's great. Great to be with you.
It's great. I just want
What's it good?
the YMCA, man.
Yeah, YMCA is the best.
That's the best one. That's the outro out. You know what I mean?
Ah, Trump funny as that. Look at that dancing.
Keep TikTok going.
Ah!
No idea what it means. And all it's going to do is give China the other way. So we're going to save TikTok. They want
Trump is gonna save TikTok.
Amazing
If you're over 18, you better vote for him.
I just want to make sure you break your record. If you don't break your record, this is break it.
Thank you, Mr. President. We can end that.
And that's basically that, guys.
Wow, Zano, what you think about that, bro?
Well, I can't go through the Drake leaks because there's way too many Drake leaks, and I'm way too
Bro,
sleazy to
that's
get through all
way
these.
too many dang leaks.
We could do this tomorrow. That's not what I think about it. That's my president first and foremost.
Yo, put your camera on Discord, bro.
Okay. Oh, here, let me stop streaming. Yeah. That is my president, chat. That is my president, bro. Like,
Yo.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else to tell you guys, man. That is my president, man. I like that video. He gave us a great insight on why we should vote for him. I'm voting for him, whether he did that or not. Facts.
Facts.
I'm voting Donald Trump. That's facts.
I remember back when you were anti-Trump, bro. And I had
No, I was never anti-Trump.
What? I remember.
As a matter of fact, I had a MAGA hat before you, Samari.
No way. Sorry, I had that shit before 2020, bro.
Well, I had it in 2020. Facts. I ordered one and I wore it online. There's definitely probably leaked footage of me and shit.
What?
On IG, over 10,000 likes. Yes, I was wearing a MAGA hat. When everybody was, you can't be black and wear the MAGA. Bro, I was the black person wearing the MAGA hat. I said, bro, I was ahead of the time.
Yeah, facts.
Now everybody wants to, do what they do.
Bro, what did you think about that? What did you think about that on the whole live stream? What did you think?
Bro, I thought it was pretty boring. I thought it didn't live up to my expectations. I love Trump. I love Adin Ross. Definitely good for views, but I thought it was pretty boring. I thought it was gonna be more funny. I thought it was gonna be more, this, that. I mean, this is just what. This is personal.
I think Adin probably thought Trump was gonna be mean to him or something. And I think what people have to understand is Trump is a good person, honestly. And I think, like, for example, if Trump was on my stream, I would have a lot more slides prepared. I would tell Trump, like, hey, this is the plan. This is where I want to go over. You come prepared, whatever you want to talk about. But, this is the vision. I would have a much more fun vision plan for the stream. Because I want to get parts of Trump that, people don't get to really experience. And I would also get him to talk about topics that, he doesn't talk about much. I'm not talking about...
Yeah, Adin didn't prepare enough. I don't think he prepared enough for this. It was just like he didn't. Nothing of this. If I was a Biden supporter before, I would not have changed because of this interview.
And that's the problem.
And the thing is, if you're gonna have Trump on your stream, you need to be encouraging more people to vote for this man. It wasn't funny. This shit wasn't funny. This shit wasn't entertaining. This shit was boring. And this,
of course, Kamala's worse.
Just in my opinion.
Like, Kamala's not even
love
close.
Adin Ross.
Kamala's not even close to funny. In fact, she's more like scary. Like, if you hear her when she laughs,
she
laughs at like morbid, evil shit. So
we need to see the interview with Kamala Harris as well. But I thought it was gonna be it was definitely cliche, and it's coming from a real diehard Trump supporter. And I can't be biased because I really fuck with Adin Ross. I can't be biased. I was damn near. You gotta keep in mind, I sped the shit up 2x because I was getting bored and I didn't want to fall asleep during the shit. So that should tell you something.
I would have put on some like pop culture figures too, like people who are lit for our generation too on that slide. I would have put up Putin on there. I would have put on some random ass people, like random Hollywood actors who diss Trump. To get his thoughts on them. I would want to bring back 2016 Trump who was disrespectful. That's the type of Trump I'd want to bring back. But it's okay. Adin was nervous. You can tell just, by his whole vibe.
Yeah.
Because he's never spoke to someone this powerful before,
Yeah,
And of
Trump is,
course,
and
and you
especially
could
after the
tell.
assassination attempt, he should have asked about this. Did it hurt? What happened? Like, bro, there's so many questions that he didn't ask, and he's has like, how? What do you think about this person? What do you? Come on, bro.
Yeah,
We
that
want
was.
to know the real. What were you thinking as soon as you got shot? Like, what were your initial thoughts? Did you think you died, or did you? How did you know to get down? What were you like? I want to know the details.
Dude, I
What are
would
you
have
gonna do
asked.
your first day of office? Like shit like that.
But you know what it is, Zano? They're not us. That's for us to do. We're going to be interviewing Trump during his presidency and after his presidency. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be an opportunity for me and you to do. Because me and you have that sauce. We're two black, talented streamers that have something a lot of other people don't have. We're both artists. We're both geniuses. So I feel like we're going to bring that extra layer out of Trump when we do ultimately have our interview and have our conversation and play golf with him. I can't wait for our golf tournament. However, that being said, I do think I am very happy Adin did this because it's just more publicity, more eyes on Trump, more impressions on Trump. But yeah, like how, for example, like, is there anyone here who's a Kamala supporter? And don't be shy, I'm not going to judge you. Like, I want to know, how do I even convince you? What facts do I need to tell you?
There's nothing, bro. They're delusional. There is nothing,
There
bro.
has to be some
trust
way
me,
to
bro.
convince
Trust
them,
me.
bro.
I have tried everything in the book, bro. I'm convinced that they grew up like this, and this is just how they are. You got to keep in mind, I used to be a Democratic supporter, facts, and now I'm a Democratic. So I switched sides, and that's okay. But they need to understand it's okay to switch sides. They don't understand that it's okay to switch sides. Like, you don't have to vote for Democratic every single election because that's just what we did since 1942. You can switch up to Republican
And
for 4 years.
But honestly, like my mom, I met Obama. I personally shook Obama's hand. I took a picture with Obama when I was 8 years old. Yeah, I'm the biggest Trump supporter. And the thing is, it's like I get like the mindset of being that way and thinking that, but it's mainly just, it's not necessarily factual. It's mainly a kind of a herd mentality. It's mainly a pop culture mentality. It's like your facts, like, how your background right now, Zeno, is kind of blurry.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you view politics with that very blurry lens. It's like, oh, well, his color is blue, and I prefer blue than red because red is aggressive. And I like blue because it's probably the good guys. Like, it's kind of like that mentality. And then you see,
it's like if you like evil Spider-Man or good Spider, it's like different colors.
And
it's
so,
like,
but you're not necessarily looking into specifics and context. You're looking more into like, well, this feels better. Which is a weird way of thinking, because to solve all my problems as an adult, I have to look at the exact problem. But maybe some other people feel differently. I do think it's a brain wiring thing. Because if I could talk to someone who actually supports, Harris, like on the specific facts, bro, I don't think there's any possible way, bro, they could possibly support Harris if they're a patriotic American. If you're an enemy of the United States, of course. But like, bro, like, it just confuses me. And again, I think it really is chemical. Like, if you're a girl, you probably will be more likely to support Harris, just because girls literally don't think like men do. And if you're a boy, if you're a man, not a boy, there's no way I could see you supporting anyone but Trump. Personally, exactly. I've actually never met a man that supports anyone but Trump, to be honest with you. I've
never, to be honest, that's a good point. I've never met a man that supported Kamala.
I've met women that support Harris, I've never met like an alpha male, strong jack dude who's like on his shit who supports Harris. Like, I've never seen that. They only support Trump, or they're not voting. But that's all I've ever seen.
Real men support Trump. No, that is fact, and I wouldn't say that because I don't want to be biased, but real men support Trump. I gotta give it to you. I have never seen. All men support Trump. I've never seen any man support Biden
No. We seen someone even here on the Discord who supported Harris.
No.
Yeah, like Cameron supports Harris.
Is he a real man though?
Well, he's probably a teenager, so no, he's not a man.
Hey, I think he's old enough to be a man, bro. But the thing is, he's bro. Cameron is confused, bro. I'll give it to him. He's confused.
I mean,
He's just like the rest of the Democratic Party, bro. He's just confused.
maybe, but he's not a nerd like I am. Like, I study geopolitics. I study the political pendulum of different eras. Like, right now in this era, in the information artificial intelligence age, the best thing you can be is right wing, because it's the only way to balance society in our massively super modernized, super urbanized, super social society. We need to have a religious balance. We need to have a right-wing balance. We need a strong central leader, and we need to overcome the bureaucratic systems, because if we don't, I mean, our modernism is going to be the death of us. I feel like if you're voting left, you're voting for the death of us, essentially. And it's
hey, go boy, you in here?
It's deeper. It's deeper than policy. It's more as you have to zoom out. I'm looking at it from an eagle vision. I'm looking at it like, oh, there's billions of human beings and they all have different ideologies that possess them. And I'm essentially looking at like the final answer of these ideologies. That's why Elon supports Trump, because Elon's also smart too. He's a genius just like me and you are. And essentially, he can see like, okay, what's the end point of voting left this time around? If we were in the 1950s and 60s, maybe there would be more of an incentive to vote left, because we're black, we would want integration, equal access to opportunity. But that's because that time we were still ruled by traditions of the past. But now we're taken over by postmodern traditions that are completely cannibalizing our own society. So we have to go back at least into traditions that keep us healthy as human beings. And so, and then of course policies that keep us healthy. I like Trump is a peaceful president. He's someone who's trying not to go to war. I don't want war with Iran. He does say he wants war with Iran, but I don't think he'll actually do it. I think that's more bluffer, just to talk. You know, Trump has an interesting way of his foreign policy. He'll talk shit, but doesn't actually necessarily mean he's gonna act on that specific thing. He's acted on things in the past. He's attacked Russian forces in Syria. He's completely attacked the Iranian generals. So he has been aggressive. But in the sense that Trump is very ambiguous when, like, for example, he said he would nuke North Korea. Never happened. In fact, he's the only president who's met with a North Korean leader. You know, Biden hasn't. Obama hasn't. In fact, under Obama, Crimea got taken over by Putin. Putin looked at Obama like a little joke. And it's true, because Obama is a joke. So it's a lot of things, and it's a lot of, you know, facts. But I feel like to convince the other side, it's not going to take facts. I don't know what it's going to take. That's an answer that's beyond me. I think that's only for God to reveal. And so, yeah. Because there's no way you can look at our country today and think that Biden has done a good job. You are insane if you think that.
Bro, you literally can't sway their opinion. It's like almost like they're like brainwashed. Like, no, there's no other perspective. Like, I can't.
Like, for example, you can convince me not to vote for Trump if you give me a bunch of facts, logical reasonings, and an alternative that's, like, for example, someone could ideally vote, like, convince me to vote for RFK, right? Who's the independent. You could, because I don't like how Trump handled COVID. I think he allowed himself to get taken over by bureaucratic systems. He hired a lot of the same people in the Obama administration.
No, Trump handled COVID the best way anybody could have ever handled
No, because if the perfect way to handle it would have been firing Fauci and keeping everything open, not even closing borders, and just allowing it to happen, and no vaccine mandates whatsoever. That would have been the best thing. But that didn't happen under Trump, and that's okay. Trump's not perfect. But everything else he did under his administration was flawless. Literally. Yeah, there hasn't been a stroke of genius since John F. Kennedy. There hasn't been a genius like Trump since John F. Kennedy. I don't think Reagan is nearly as good as Trump either, by the way. I don't even like Reagan as a president. So, my point is that I think Trump is a great leader and the best leader we've had in almost a century, which I'm so honored to say. But, you know, keep in mind, you could convince me to vote otherwise. You could. My mind is open. But to people on the other side, their minds are not open, bro. Their minds are just completely stale, and I don't even think they know as much as I do. Even a quarter, even a tenth of what I know. And it's just kind of like, damn, it's like arguing with children, trying to tell them, like, hey, like, I'm not even going to make this statement. But, like, hey, this character isn't real. Yes, he is. But here's the facts. No, he's real. Okay. I mean, I believe you. Like, you know, God bless you. But yeah, I'll take proof of the change being necessary and that proof won't exist until after the change has occurred. Well, no, we can even look back empirically on Trump's presidency and just look at simple metrics. Look at your gas prices if you're an American. I paid $1.76 for a gallon for gas.
When?
Here in Alpharetta, Georgia. I paid $1.76 in 2019 under President Trump.
Oh, I thought you meant recently. I was about to, huh?
Now I'm paying $4. And I live in Georgia.
What?
If you live in LA, you're paying $7, $8. Fact.
I said where?
And not just gas
saying-
prices, of course. And America has infinite energy, so we're not even unleashing our energy because we want to use EVs for God knows what reason. And we're not even focused on Tesla. We're focused on other companies' EVs that don't have infrastructure.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna send everybody your way, bro. I gotta head to bed. I'm too swoozy right now. I'm way too tired right now.
Yo, I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna go to bed
Yes,
too
sir.
because it's like 5 a.m. It's probably best
like
for me to go
5
to
a.m.
bed.
It's just like, yeah, you know, like we watched the Trump thing. We'll hit him back on the head today. We'll go live today. Maybe we run chain together. Maybe we'll be
Let's go.
swoozy again. I don't know. Running, doing, getting to the top, man. That's what we do. Always getting to the top.
I met Zeno at Steph's house. Actually, no, it was Tasia's house. Remember?
Yeah, that actually, yeah, funny enough, man. That's
In
crazy.
2024, yep. We met at Tasia's house. In middle of lockdown. We weren't even supposed to go outside, but I was like, bro, what am I, an NPC? I'm not
Bro, you
listening
came
to
in with the hazard suit on, bro. You had the COVID hazard suit.
I did. I came in with the COVID hazard suit outside, and I was like, bro, I'm not an NPC. I'm going outside. I just wore the hazmat suit.
He had a whole hazard suit, like the zip body to toe, like.
Damn, that's the first time you met me. I was wearing a hazmat suit. Yep.
You can't make this shit up, bro. He was like literally protected, bro. I couldn't sneeze on the man. Like I couldn't fart on the dude, bro. Like,
Bro,
yeah, I got.
legit.
But yeah, chat, man. I'm about to get off here. My name is Inakar. Peace out, guys. Yes, and I just ended the stream, man. It is an honor to be on Samari's stream as well.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
You know, man. Is
Follow
definitely
my Twitch,
it's definitely
Samari
that time.
Ferrari.
Yes, sir, man. Is definitely that time. I need to get some rest. I was almost falling asleep during that Trump
Nah,
shit.
I don't blame you, bro. I'm pretty tired too. You know what I'm saying? I might take a melatonin and just go rest. What were you trying to do? Find
hey,
fingerprints?
W stream, bro. for
Yeah, that was
real.
a W stream, bro. I did really good that stream, bro. And again, I want to resolve TikTok shop with you. What do you think I should do if support fails me? Do you think I should just make a new account?
We will deal with that when we get there. I'm not gonna jump the gun, but I think we're gonna get something started today for sure.
For sure, bro. Yo,
Yes,
this was
sir.
a great stream. Thank you so much, Zeno.
Yes, sir. Hey, we'll talk later today, brother.
All right, bro. Peace out.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Let's go, chat. Comment if you guys liked and subscribed. Let's go. Let's read these comments. Support would not fail you. I'm here, brother. Yes! Or be like, I'm gonna take all your money. You don't know who I am. Oh yeah, that's who I was. That's who I was on 2020, bro. I was that man. Yo, X7, thank you for the W stream. Like and subscribe. Yo, can you guys follow my Twitch? Samari. She loving on me. Girl, I'll take you out to eat. You don't got to be lonely. Come with me. Baby, we'll see. Hey. Don't be scared to spend money. Let's go. She a total freak, but she's sensitive and sweet. You're all mine, my charm, girl, you brought me luck. Dripping when I'm in the guts. Pussy good, I have to come. You my drug, can't get enough. Baby girl, you a work of art. Girl, you stole my heart. Love it when you call me daddy. Do anything for a baddie. You can live at my yaddy. Girl, we can find some peace. She's a freak, baby girl, I'll set you free. She with me, she finding peace. She with me, she finding peace. Girl, I'll give you what you need. Anything. 6 a.m. I'm flying at D. 6 a.m. I'm flying at D. She call me daddy. When I'm flying at D, she plays my songs on repeat. She plays my songs on repeat all night. Her heartbeat just in WX7. Thank you for following my Twitch. Anytime. Call me daddy anytime. She's screaming, come with me. Girl, I'll feel your wants and needs. Only if you say to me, you're all mine. Girl, that's fine. Know you need this in your life. I can see it in your eyes. You're divine. I won't tell you lies. Laying by my side. Girl, I feel like you my wife. My wife. Let's go. W's in the chat. Follow my Twitch. Got you feeling paradise. Girl, when you call me daddy, do anything for a baddie. You can live at my yaddy. Yeah, tell her ready, let's go. She's a freak, baby girl, I'll set you free. She with me, she finding peace. She with me, she finding peace. Girl, I'll give you what you need. Anything. 6 a.m. I'm flying at D. 6 a.m. I'm flying at D. She call me daddy. You know, I took my hair out just because I'm gonna try a new braid texture, but these are my curls. You know, I got a lot of hair, guys. You already know I got a lot of curls. Curls for the girls, guys. Let's go. Yo, ready on go follow my Twitch, bro. I look set? Whoa, I appreciate that. Yo, thank you, Amaya. I appreciate that, queen. Let's go. You know, I could react to Kanye's album now, but like, you know, I'm kind of tired, y'all. You know what I'm saying?